something that I just started recently. For me, y'all, it's about just really trying to understand human behavior, right? Like I go into the lab and just really try to listen to clients and try to understand all the variables and the internal motivators and the external motivators and the triggers. And I just go into the lab and I just spit out these new behavioral interventions. And one of these that's been working for me and working for clients lately is this.
They struggle got purpose and we grow. So whatever role we have to take next, all I need to know is that we'll roll with the
punches. All right, y'all, we are back. We are back. Oh my gosh, it's been an ordeal. If you've been following online, Twitter, Instagram, you know that the hopper screen went down. It went down, y'all. For some reason, it just went zap. The hopper screen went zap, and it just was not working. And all of a sudden, all the videos, everything that we do, everything that we bring to you just got stopped. It got stopped because the hopper was broken. So we took it into Apple. We got it fixed. We paid lots of money, and here we are. We're back at it. Hey, you know, that's the price. That's the price of doing all these videos. It's okay. It's part of it. I wouldn't have it any other way, but I'm so excited, y'all. I may not sleep for 1, 2, 3, maybe the rest of the year. I may just do video after video after video. If you've ever been without something or someone that you really love or really is valuable to you, you know during those moments that you don't have it, you know it hits you in the gut. It hits you in the gut, and I'm just excited because now we can just pop out. We can just pop out those videos. That hopper can be going. That hopper can be putting out those videos like this. So y'all get ready. Get ready. I hope you've been well. We're back for another day of daily. We picked up the hopper this morning, and here we are. Here we are. We're back at it, y'all. So let's go. Sit back, put on your seatbelt, and enjoy this ride around being a community-based therapist, y'all. Enjoy it. I'm off to see some clients, y'all. Moms, this is for all you moms that somehow, some way, I know you don't like to do it, but you do it anyway. I'm trying not to yell. I'm trying not to yell because I don't want to yell, but you struggle yelling at your kids. You don't want to yell. You don't want to yell, but you do it anyway. Join us today at 9 a.m. in the moms group. Today we're going to talk about, instead of yelling at your kids, what can you do? What can you do instead of yelling at your kids? Join us 9 a.m. in the moms group. See you then. All right, y'all, let's talk about therapist and the role of a therapist. I've talked with a lot of you, and some of you have mentioned, yeah, Randy, I've been to like all these therapists, and they either they've helped me a little bit or they haven't helped me at all. I'm just done with therapy. I just, basically, you just have not had a good time in therapy. And I'm here to clear up really what the therapist-client relationship is all about. The therapist is not supposed to be your buddy-buddy. The therapist is not supposed to be your friend. The therapist is not supposed to solve all the struggles that you're having. The therapist role, right, is to be someone that is supportive, non-judgmental, that basically is kind of leading you in a direction, as I learned in graduate school, we call this Socratic questioning. Socratic questioning, basically, I ask you a question that makes you think and makes you start to kind of, you know, play out the things that are in your life, and that by me getting you to think and me getting you to kind of have this introspection, you basically come up with your own answers, okay? I could give you the answers, but then you would be dependent on me for all the answers, and that's not what we want. That's not what we want. A therapist is not supposed to be your friend, not supposed to be your buddy, but a professional that you can trust, that you believe has your best interest and can help you, guide you into a better version of yourself. That's what the role of a therapist is to help you get better, to help you overcome your struggles, right? To help you be able to live more in your strengths, okay? And sometimes a therapist is going to tell you things that you don't want to hear, and that can be really difficult. But the relationship is the most important thing between a client and a therapist. If you have a really strong relationship, when a therapist tells you something that you don't want to hear, then you understand that the therapist isn't being judgmental or mean or whatever else. The therapist is just telling you straight, right? Just being real with you to help you. Not trying to candy coat things, not trying to make things better, just trying to be real with you. And that candor from the therapist it just really is the vital part for you to be able to start to see what the struggles are, where you are in the struggles, and then how you can overcome the struggles, all right? So a therapist role is to help support, to give you a space to basically think and feel and act some of these things that are going on in your life, but not there to solve your problems, not there to be your buddy, even though the relationship is really important, even though you want to make sure that the therapist cares about you, but the therapist is supposed to help you in that direction, all right? For you that are out there that are mountain climbers, that climb mountains, therapist is kind of like a Sherpa, all right? The therapist is kind of like, okay, I'll put you on my back. I'll carry your stuff for you, but you're also going to have to walk along the way. And at some point, the Sherpa is going to be like, okay, now it's time for you to carry. It's time for you to carry your things up your mountain. All right, y'all? I think therapy is so important. It's so vital. So if you're in therapy, great job. Kudos to you. Keep going. All right, y'all. Hope that helps. I also forgot a therapist role. This is one that's that I believe heavily in. A therapist is going to hold you accountable. A good therapist is going to hold you accountable for the things that you want to achieve, your goals. A good therapist will have a combination of love, right? But also have that accountability there. Have that accountability to say, hey, this is what you said that you wanted to accomplish, and I'm going to hold you to that commitment of going after your goal, right? A good therapist will have that love and that accountability. Okay, it's time for what's been coming up in client sessions. All right, y'all, this is hot off of the what's been coming up in client sessions. This is something that I just started recently. For me, y'all, it's about just really trying to understand human behavior, right? Like I go into the lab and just really try to listen to clients and try to understand all the variables and the internal motivators and the external motivators and the triggers. And I just go into the lab and I just spit out these new behavioral interventions. And one of these that's been working for me and working for clients lately is this. There are some kids, and it may be your child, there are some kids that really struggle with emotional regulation, all right? And so what I've been doing with some of my clients that struggle with that is, well, let me back up. When I talk about emotional regulation with kids, there's two things that I ask them to do. I ask them, the first thing is to not talk. When they start getting upset is to not talk, right? I want them to go inside themselves. I want them to go inside themselves and just start reading, okay, how's my body feeling? How's my mind? How's my mind? What am I thinking, right? And then as they do that, after they don't talk, when they start getting upset, when they don't talk, I want them to start breathing. A controlled deep breath in and out, because what that does is that basically calms the body down, right? As they start getting agitated and frustrated, kind of like our body just speeds up, and the blood and oxygen and blood pressure and everything just gets going really fast. And I just want to calm their bodies down. I want to calm their bodies down. And so a lot of times, most of the time, the clients just don't do this. The kid clients, they're just not internally motivated in the moment to regulate themselves. They just want the situation to change, and they're gonna keep being emotionally dysregulated until the situation changes, right? It's kind of a way of them manipulating the situation. So what I've been doing, come out of the lab, and basically I find different periods of times where they are more triggered by various situations. So we do some kind of analysis to basically say, okay, like in the morning time, like getting ready for school, okay, tell me about that. Okay, at nighttime, okay, and we talk about the various triggers. And then what we do is we put time periods during the day, during the morning, during the night that they can't talk, okay? There's different times of morning and night that can't talk. Sometimes it's like, okay, from the time you wake up till the time you go to school, you can't talk, okay? And then in the evening time, we'll say something like 7:30, 7 o'clock. From 7 o'clock on, you can't talk, okay? And what we're doing during these periods of time is we're basically encouraging the kids to go inside of themselves. As something starts to come up, you know, naturally they would want to talk. They would want to talk, and they would want to, you know, basically talk about whatever's bothering them, and shout and scream and call names and all that. But when we put the no talking around it, now we're basically encouraging them to go inside of themselves, okay? Go inside of themselves and say, okay, stop, just relax, calm your body, all right? Hey, just breathe right now. Just breathe, Randy. So around these times, we already are giving them a playground, giving them a time period of, as things come up, they're able to work on these things. So for you might decide to do this. You might say, when are the times of day that my kid really struggles? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put time periods just for a amount of time, right? They basically earn the privilege to reduce the amount of time of no talking, okay? But we're gonna just say in the morning time that can't talk. We might start with that. And as we see that they're progressing along, then we might say, okay, you can't talk after or before, let's just say 7:30. From 7 to 7:30, you can't talk, okay? So the point is we're going to put periods of time around when they're struggling, and then we're going to reduce the time as they start making progress, all right? It's worked well, y'all. It's worked really well. I'm a big fan of going into the lab, mixing all this stuff up, and then, you know, talking to clients about it and seeing how it works.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup.